There are 4 different learning styles. Now, for you, the problem comes in if you don't know which learning style matches your experience, you will be confused. If you try to learn based on learning style number 1, but you're actually learning style number 4, you will experience confusion and frustration. But the only problem is you don't know your learning style. Today, I am going to tell you the 4 learning styles and help you finally learn English 4 times faster. Are you ready? Well then, I'm teacher Tiffany. Let's jump right in. All right, here's the first learning style. Visual learners. Visual learners. These are individuals, visual learners. I am a visual learner. An individual who learns best through seeing information. When you can visualize concepts, watch demonstrations, or see written instructions, you absorb, you retain information more effectively. Colors, diagrams, and written materials are your strongest tools for learning. Remember, a few moments ago, I showed you the visual. So let's see how you can put this into practice. If you are a visual learner, how can you practically apply this to your English journey? Here's one example of what you can do. Number 1, watch English movies with subtitles in your target language. If you're watching a movie, turn the subtitles on in English. Something will happen if you are a visual learner. As you read the English subtitles, you will start to retain the information. A second method for a visual learner is to create mind maps for vocabulary and sentence patterns. Write it out. Okay, is this the word I want to talk about? Then maybe I want to talk about an individual and what they did. Create a mind map. Third, you can use color coding systems to recognize the 5 W's. Remember the 5 W's: who, what, when, where, and why. Start creating your own color-coded system based on each of the W's. Another way you can improve your English as a visual learner is to study written dialogues and conversation scripts. Remember, as a visual learner, you see things and you retain the information. So, if you're looking at a dialogue, start highlighting things. Start seeing this. Oh, I'm going to use the blue highlighter when I see a new word. I'm going to use the yellow highlighter for a new expression. You are a visual learner. Here's the 5th thing you can do to apply this to help you as a visual learner learn English even faster. Use flashcards that have images and words. Not just words, add the images. I did this all the time when I was studying Korean. Why? I am a visual learner. So again, you can learn English, but you have to learn based on your learning style. Here's learning style number 2. Auditory learners. Auditory learners. Now, an auditory learner is simply an individual who learns best through listening and speaking. When you hear information or engage in verbal discussions, you process and remember information more effectively. So sound, rhythm, and verbal repetition are your strongest learning tools. I need you to not forget what I showed you at the very beginning. There are 4 learning styles. If you don't learn based on your learning style, you will experience confusion and frustration. This is why you've probably been frustrated. You just didn't know your proper learning style. So again, the second learning style we have is the auditory learner. You learn by hearing, and that helps you retain information. So How can you practically apply this to your English journey? Here's the first thing you can do. Number one, listen to English podcasts regularly. The beauty of the internet is that you have access to so many things and you can get them for free on your phone. I actually have an application on my phone, and I'll show you the app that I use when I want to listen to podcasts. Now, this is an app that you can download. It's not really expensive. It's called Podcast Addict, and let me show you what it looks like. I have an Android. You'll see some of the podcasts I actually listen to. So you can see this if you're watching this on YouTube. There we go. So this podcast app lets you download podcasts and you can listen to a variety of podcasts for free. Again, if you're an auditory learner, you need to listen to things in order to get them, understand them, and retain the information. All right. So auditory learner, listen to English podcasts regularly. Next, record yourself. Get your cell phone, record yourself speaking, and then play it back. Listen to yourself. As an auditory learner, this is going to help you improve faster than you've ever imagined. The third thing you can do is participate in English conversation groups. Why? After you've given your thought, you now have to listen to other people giving their opinions. You are an auditory learner, so this will help you improve. Or you can practice shadow speaking with native content. Right now I'm speaking to you. I'm teaching you this English lesson, so you can pause this lesson and repeat after me. You are an auditory learner, and this will help you improve your English. Or you can use audio lessons and language learning apps. I have many students that have downloaded my app, the English with Tiffani app, and this app can help you as well. So if you want to download the app for free, hit the link right in the description. But again, as an auditory learner, these are 5 different ways you can start studying English and improve your English without stress, without that frustration, now that you know which style you are following. Here's the third learning style: kinesthetic learners. Big word, right? Kinesthetic learners. What in the world is a kinesthetic learner? It's a very simple explanation that I can give you. A kinesthetic learner is someone who learns best through physical movement and hands-on experience. When you can touch or move or physically engage with your learning material, you understand and remember information more effectively. Active participation is your strongest learning tool. This is why when I'm teaching a class, even when I'm teaching online, I try to make sure everyone gets to participate. Everyone can either add a sentence in the comment section when I'm doing a live stream here on YouTube, or if I'm teaching a class in my academy, the Speak English with Tiffani Academy, I want to make sure students get an opportunity to practice in real time. Why? Because they just might be kinesthetic learners, and they have to be involved in order to retain information. So how can you apply this if you are studying at home on your own? Here's the first way you can do this. Number 1, act out vocabulary words and phrases. Listen, move your body and act the words out, okay? Secondly, you can use role play scenarios for conversation practice. Find a script and start role-playing with your friend or another English learner you find online. Practice. Again, as a kinesthetic learner, this will help you remember, retain, and use what you've learned. Or you can write and trace new vocabulary words. Write them out. Trace them out. Maybe draw a little picture. Again, helping you as a kinesthetic learner get actively involved in the learning process. Or you can use physical flashcards that you can manipulate. Maybe you have a certain color for a flashcard and you use it in a certain way where you can flip it if you get it right, or maybe if you get it wrong, you have to throw it on the ground. Think of something that will help you as a kinesthetic learner be involved in the learning process. And then Practice speaking while walking or moving. This is powerful. If you are a kinesthetic learner, don't be sedentary. Don't sit down at a desk and just study with the book. Get up. Walk around, look at your flashcards, read your book. As you're recording yourself, walk around in your home. If you're at school, walk around outside. Why? This is going to help you if you are a kinesthetic learner. Remember, learning your style is going to help you improve so much faster. Learning style number 4, reading and writing learners. Individuals who learn by reading and writing. So let's break this down. You learn best through reading and writing activities. When you can read information and write it down in your own words, you process and retain information more effectively. Written words and note-taking are your strongest learning tools. And remember, you might be more than one. You might have more than one learning style. I mentioned at the beginning, I am a visual learner. I like using images. I like using pictures and drawings. But I'm also an individual who likes to write things down. If you're watching the video, I have tons, literally tons of notebooks and journals. When I was studying Korean, I would write everything down. When I was studying to get my bachelor's degree in computer science, I was writing everything down. Why? Because I also am a reading/writing type learner. So how can you, if this is the type of learning style that you follow, how can you apply this to your English journey? Here's the first thing that you can do, and it will help you. Keep a daily English journal. Every day, write something down. What happened to you today? Who did you speak with? Why did you speak with them? Write it down. If this is your learning style and you study English based on your learning style, you will improve. Here's the second thing you can do. Write summaries of English articles you read. Let's say on your phone, every day, you decide to read an article. It's not just about reading that article. Now, summarize it. What did you like about it? What did you learn from it? What would you like to tell someone else about that article? My friend, write that down. Woo, your English is going to improve so quickly. If this is your learning style. Or you can create detailed written study notes. I have shown you before what my notebooks look like. I'm going to get one and show you right now. Hold on one second. All right. So I'm going to show you right now for those watching. This is the current journal I use for my YouTube channel, right? When I teach you lessons. I write detailed notes. Man, I'm going to show you some of the pages. All right. I'm a visual learner and I also want to write things down. So look at this right here. Let's see if you can see me. There we go. This is a page from my notebook. My current notebook. When I am trying to make sure I can convey a message to you as an English learner, I want to make sure you understand everything that I'm teaching. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see if it can get clear. There we go. I write everything down in a journal. Why? Because that is one of my learning styles. You as an individual have a unique learning style. Don't try to learn based on someone else's learning style. Why? That's when you will experience confusion and frustration. Figure out your learning style and then your English will improve. Here's another way if you are a writing or reading learning style individual. Practice writing emails in English. We all have to write emails. Practice writing them in English. Then rewrite conversations in your own words. You've had conversations with people, rewrite them. Write them in English in your own words. My friend, you have to learn your learning style. And once you know your learning style, woo-wee, your English is going to take off. I hope this helped. I'll talk to you next time. You still there? You know what time it is. It's story time. Hey, I said it's story time. All right. So I mentioned this story briefly during the lesson, Remember I was talking about hiking? It's part of that story. So one time when I was hiking with my friend, again, we were hiking in the mountains of South Korea, and we were having a great time. It was amazing. The views were awesome, and we really enjoyed ourselves. We were enjoying ourselves. So we got to this point in the mountain, and we wanted to go a little further, but we were trying to figure out which way to go. And we were standing, and all of a sudden we realized that no one was around us. We were by ourselves. And that's okay. Korea is a very safe country, but something seemed a little bit different. And all of a sudden I turned and I looked and I saw a sign. And the sign just kind of looked, it said danger in Korean. And I saw something else and I was like, wait a minute. Pemdul? Pem is snake in Korean. And at that very moment when I realized what the sign was saying, a huge snake crawled from out the ground and went around where we were. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I screamed, my friend screamed, we jumped in the air and we took off running. We were scared. And when we finally stopped running, we both were breathing very hard and we looked at each other and said, wait a minute. Did you see that? She said, yeah, I saw that. It was a snake. Now, that was the first and only time I had ever seen a snake in Korea. But I'll never forget that because we were at an elevation. We were very high in the mountain, so we didn't think we had to be scared of anything. But in actuality, there were snakes on that mountain. Now, you heard me use the word elevation, right? Maybe you had a story as well where something happened to you and you saw a snake. Let us know in the comment section. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's short story and I hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'll talk to you next time.